Hello, everybody. I'm not exactly sure what day it is. It's Tuesday, and it's April. I believe in the second week of April. Anyway, today is day 2 of the Sherwood family vacation. We are up in gorgeous Whistler, Canada, and it's pretty awesome. Just put the little girl down, and Emily is off with the 2 boys wandering through the little village here in the shops to get them some ice cream. They got ice cream last night as well, and they're out getting ice cream again tonight. So anyway, that's happening. But the title of this video was that you may never actually know when you help somebody, because I had a pretty cool experience today that was unexpected, and hopefully it helps some folks out there. So point being, if you're trying to put some good vibes out in the world, trying to make good decisions. No one's perfect, right? We all mess up plenty. But with regards to fitness anyway, trying to eat well, trying to put out good information, trying to keep yourself in shape, you just may never know who's watching and who you're actually helping. And so we've shared some stories from the Linchpin community that are real and inspirational and very cool. You could be the gym owner and the trainer at the 5 p.m. class, and you just don't know that somebody's struggling with something you don't know, and your positive attitude and your cues and you making that the best hour of their day helps them in ways that you don't even know, that is unrelated to their air squat. We shared a story a while ago of a woman who's part of Linchpin, works out in her garage. She's a good old crazy person in their garage, working out every day, getting after it, and then just one random day another mom and her daughter stopped by her garage and just wanted to share with her that, hey, we see you working out every day and it's so inspirational, and my little daughter thinks that it's so cool. Absolutely awesome, right? Should fire you up. Maybe you're the crazy person at work, the good crazy person that, I don't know, packs their own lunch that looks a little bit different like everybody else's lunch, and you don't push that on anybody. You're not the annoying fitness person, but you do what you do. You're living the life that you live because that's the decision that you've made for yourself. You get the discipline to do it. And that quiet discipline, not pushing it on anybody else, might spark a conversation. It might ask somebody to, somebody might come up to you and ask some questions and then that gets them on a path. You just never know. These stories happen all the time. You could be the motivated person on a business trip that as soon as the plane lands in some other city and everybody else is going to rush and hit the hotel bar or whatever it is, you say, hey, I'll meet you down there in 45 minutes. I'm going to real quick just hit the gym. And again, you don't make anybody feel guilty about not doing it, but they know that so-and-so, man, every time we land into a different city, he or she always just hits the gym first all the time. And then you might have a buddy join you one time at the gym because your behavior motivated a change in somebody else. And this stuff happens all the time. So point being, you just never know. It's like raising kids. They're always watching. You just never know where your behavior might rub off on somebody else. So where this story is going is today, it was Emily's day to have the kids, our 2 boys, up on the mountain skiing and all that, and Lane's 21 months old, so we're not exactly going to have her bombing down some double black diamond or whatnot. So I was hanging out back today with her just so that Emily and the boys could go out there and do their thing. It was, again, it's gorgeous here. It was snowing crazy for a little bit today. Bundled her up. And there's like a little kids park here where there's a swing that she loves and all this stuff. So anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked. There was some parent there with their child that there's like one swing. Like there's one swing at this park. The parent was there with their child for like 30 minutes. I mean, it's a community swing. You don't own the swing. 30 minutes is unrealistic. Move it along, right? There's other people there. So anyway, eventually they left. I got laying in the swing there, and pushed her for a bit. It's freezing cold out there, but we had a blast. And then I see somebody says, "Bring back the Zone Chronicles." I pushed her for a little bit, and then it was time just to go home. My hands were cold. Her hands were cold. She's at that age that I can't get her to wear gloves. So, my hands were beet red. Her hands were beet red. It was time to go back inside and warm up. So I'm getting her off the swing, and we're going to make our little way back to where we're staying. And this random guy just pops up to me and is like, "Hey, excuse me, are you Pat Sherwood?" which is always a separate story of, bizarre when that happens. It does happen from time to time. It's always unusual and catches me off guard. But it's, and I was like, yes, sir, hey, how are you? What can I do for you? And he's like, hey, I just want to say thanks, man, following the programming, love it, really helped me out through some dark times and all that. His name was Randy. He's from Seattle. So Randy, if you're watching this from Seattle, great meeting you today. And I was like, somebody says dark times, you don't want to probe, right? So I was like, oh, well, obviously I'm so happy to hear that if you say it helped you out through some dark times, it sounds like you're on the other side of that, so that's great. And he's like, yeah, man, it's just, I love how you make it not about the games athletes, about regular people with real lives, real stuff going on. You can scale it or modify it. Doesn't matter what you get for gear. Like, you can make it happen, and we're all in this together. And I'm like, yeah, that's the point. And I didn't probe, but he's like, I was battling cancer, and then after cancer, he's like, I modified workouts and used it to like get back on my feet and regain my strength. And I was like, holy cow, I was a young looking guy. And I was like, and that's what I said to him, like, really, cancer? I'm like, you're a young looking guy. And he's like, yeah, I'm 35. And it was just a wild story, like a chance encounter at a random, playground, just playing with my daughter there in Whistler, Canada. Just meet somebody that happens to have been following along with Linchpin and through a dark time in their life. And again, could have never crossed paths with this person my entire life. Would have never ever known. So the point being, you just never know. If you're making good decisions, if you're trying to put some good information out there, it doesn't matter if you have a platform like Linchpin does, or like that story that I told earlier, which is a 100% true story that we share from Linchpin. Just a woman working out in her garage every day, getting after it, dedicated, disciplined, every day, getting after it. And the neighbors notice, and the little kids notice, and the other moms notice. She's always there, grinding. And you don't know who you're inspiring, and you don't know who you're helping out. And all of a sudden, they stop by your garage one day and say, what do you got going on here? Man, this looks really interesting. Where can I find out a bit about it? So, good stuff. Hang in there, make good decisions, pay it forward, and we'll talk later.